One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome into Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, along with my boys and crew, John Adias, Rico the Rookie. Happy New Year, everyone in the chat, on the stream. How's everyone doing? And did you survive New Year's? Obviously, you're here, so you did for my team here. Real quick. We're on 6 different little apps. We're on Instagram Live. We're on X, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, y'all. We're everywhere, as every streamer would like to be. So we're streamers and we're everywhere. So what's up, guys? How was your New Year? How did you bring it in?
It was great. I didn't do anything. I just stayed home with the family.
Yeah, you got littles. Yeah, you got littles.
With the family, we made waffles on New Year's Day to welcome in the new year. And I think that's going to be our new tradition. Tradition's got to start somewhere, so we're gonna start with that. So waffles to bring in the new year. We're gonna start doing that. Breakfast food, no better way.
That sounds really good. Yum. Was it any like fillings?
No,
toppings?
it was just some heavenly waffles with some syrup.
And that's right.
Bacon and some scrambled eggs.
Ooh, bacon.
We made some orange juice. We were gonna make mimosas, but we didn't for me and the wife, obviously, not for the kids.
Obviously.
And we didn't have any champagne, so we just had orange juice.
Oh yeah, orange juice is suit. Hey, hangover is for the birds, so don't worry about it. It's all good. What about yourself, John?
We let our 10-year-old stay up till midnight, so that was usually she falls asleep before then, but this time she was determined to stay up. So we watched.
I remember that as a kid. He's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna stay past 12:30."
We were watching movies, and she's like, "Okay, we can talk during these movies. We're allowed to get up and dance if we want to. All techniques just to keep her awake." So she was very sneaky in that, but it's fun. And then here's the thing: I didn't realize till it was too late. So we get our cable television through the internet,
right?
And so we're watching, one of the networks as they count down, and I'm looking at my clock on my phone. I'm like, it's midnight, and they're at like 20 seconds to go. And then in my head, it clicks. I'm like, oh, it's delayed because of the internet. Like, we should have turned this to live television. So I'm like, we technically kind of missed New Year's because it wasn't spot on, but we missed it by like 20 seconds.
Right. I think that happens probably to a lot of people that do that because of just the time zones and everything. I think that's happening probably a bunch of times throughout the years. So don't feel like.
I did see a cool video on Instagram that's not part of the best thing I saw on social media this week, but it was someone timing up Tony Stark snapping his fingers at New Year's. Yeah. And then they had their Apple Watch in the picture, and it's like boom, and it's like 12 midnight. I thought that was a pretty cool way to count down.
Creativity, innovation.
People have a whole bunch of movies where they're like, if you start this movie at this exact time, this will happen right as the new year starts. And that's one of them. And that, I think that's the coolest one out of all of them. I mean, he snaps and it's the new year because it goes to like a white screen, doesn't it? And then it's just like, here you go.
It does. Oh, yeah. And that scene, it goes to him, and then they come back when you're watching the movie. He's all half fried. Yeah, from the gauntlet. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, it was 6 years ago now, or 5 years ago.
I didn't know.
End of Infinity Saga. So yeah, there are spoilers on this show, just so you know. It comes at the end of the show, and we're talking about Loki season 2, episode 1, Ouroboros or OB. I want to know if y'all recognized. Y'all got the whole show to find out if y'all recognized OB in the episode, the character, the actor OB. That if you watch the series, if you watch the episode like y'all should have, you should know who that character is. So just think about that, and we'll hold on to that to the end of the show. So if it's your first time here on the Gamers Lounge, yes, this is a gaming talk show. We talk about the gaming, video games, esports, the culture around the anime, comic book movies. As we already referenced Loki, we're recapping that at the end of the show. So you have found the right show. A lot of people ask me, like, you do a gaming podcast? I was like, yeah. thought you played football. I said, that was like 15 years ago, bro. I play video games now and I coach it. Like, what's good? What's up? And so that's what we're doing here. So we're going to get into, we just checked in. I fought for myself for New Year's, same thing, kind of like Rico. I have a little running around with my granddaughter. So it was just more chilling. We watched a few movies. I actually went over one of my high school friends that lives down here and hung out with his family for a little bit, but got home way before midnight because I had the little one. She did not want to leave because best friend, he has a 5-year-old and my granddaughter is almost 4. So it was like just before Tony Stark had the gauntlet, when they were trying to rip it off Thanos' arms, her off his hand. That's how it was like me taking her from my friend's house. She was like, I'm not leaving. I'm having so much fun. No, you're not getting it off me. You're not getting me out of his house. She did not want to leave. And
just
I saw her
doors down.
Yes, I saw her face and I'm like, oh man, this is about to be a battle. I was like, I remember my kids. I remember her mom when she was little, when she didn't want to leave somewhere. She was having so much fun. I was like, oh man, I gotta be that dude right now. I was like, we gotta go. We gotta go home to me.
How long does that last, Ahman? Because my kid still does that sometimes.
It depends. It depends on the personality of the kid. It usually, think boys and girls are different. I think it lasts longer in girls than boys. I've had one boy, and it only took a few times to get him out of that. And for the girls, it could go into definitely teenage years. Definitely.
Great.
So you got some time, bro.
Great.
Mine just throws herself on the ground and is like, I don't want to go. And I'm like, wait, I'm sorry. We'll see them at a different time. I'm sorry.
And you're just at the start of that journey, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You got littles. Yeah. You got what, 5 and 3, right?
4 and 2.
4 and 2. Okay. I knew they were 2 years apart.
Although
okay,
KJ's a genius and he's already in daycare. He's already in the toddler 1 room with the 3-year-olds. So
awesome.
No big deal.
Yeah, he's a smart kid. I like him from day one. He rolled up on me. What's up, man? When he just always in a good mood. I love his smile. He has a great smile.
He's a turd. That's what he is.
All right. Before we head into quick hitting news bites, we'll give a shout out to our sponsors of the show, Sly. So play is an essential part of life, whether it's digital or outdoors. And outdoors here in Texas, we've been rain. It's been a lot of rain. I don't know about y'all. It's snow and cold up north, but we're a lot of rain down here in the Texas area. So exploring the world is fun. So keep the good times rolling. Support and play with Sly Boost, Sly Chill, and Sly Dream, and continue to explore. So drinkontheslide.com. Head over to the website to check it out. Get you a few flavors in your life and help you with natural ingredients in the product. It has, the Boost. If you have any other, drink that gets you pumped up, but it does it all natural. That's what I love about it. All the natural ingredients in the Boost and the Chill to help you relax and chill out. And Dream obviously helps you get to sleep a lot faster. So check those out. Head over to drinkontheslide.com. Please do. So let's head over to quick hit news bite. And I got something. To find out this from John, I saw this online myself. And I'm like, I figured this was already something that's happened a long time ago, but did not realize the case. So you just blew my mind, John.
It blew my mind as well, Ahman. When I saw it too, I was like, wait, how is this possible? This story is all over the internet, but it's the one I'm reading from is from the website Polygon. And then, Ahman, if you click on that video and go to 38 minutes and 30 seconds, we can watch this happen. Ooh. So a 13-year-old became the first person to ever beat Classic Tetris. Yeah, you heard that right. The first person to ever beat the game Tetris. I had no idea that was a thing. Right. I thought it's been around for 34 years.
You said what was the time stamp real quick?
38 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, 38 minutes and 30 seconds.
So this was during
Tetris
the semifinals.
Has officially been broken.
Yeah, this is during the semifinals of the Classic Tetris World Championship. This is from a 13-year-old streamer named Blue Scooty, Scuti. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you can see what. So let me explain this before you play it. What happens when you get to that 38 minutes, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
I guess when you beat Tetris, the game freezes, and that's how you know that you beat it. I don't know how anyone knows that since no one's beaten it. but that's apparently let's just go with that. When
I think they had a robot do it.
Oh,
And a
sure.
They had
robot.
AI. They had AI do it. Yeah, I
Her
heard that.
favorite AI.
No, you're
There
right.
you go.
Obviously, okay, yeah, you're right. He's the first human. We've had computers beat Tetris, so we can watch this moment for a 13-year-old, 34 years, I believe, after the game has been released. Let's all watch him beat Tetris for the first time. Like, look how fast that's going.
Yeah, I'm not even been near this level, but I know when those things start falling like teardrops or raindrops, nah.
Can we?
I'm
hear
just
the
trying to
audio?
just guide it. You don't even flip it. You just guide it into a spot.
Mhm.
And that's what he's doing.
Can you pump the audio up a little?
Yeah, I'll turn it up a little bit for you.
Like the speed that you have to go at to know first which one's coming.
And you use it in the side screen where it says next, you kind of know what that shape is going to be, what direction it's pointing. So you kind of know where to, you got to know, anticipate where to put it. There you go. I love his reaction. That would be me.
Dude, that is awesome.
I love his reaction.
Does it freeze because the score can't go any higher?
Yes. I was that was the thing. It's basically a default. Like
Yeah,
for
it's
older
like,
games,
well,
that was the default. It wasn't just it just stopped there at 999.
Yeah.
It was nothing you could do beyond that. Like for anything back in 1999, that it was nothing prepared for 2000. So yeah.
You know what I love about this is a
Hyperventilating.
couple things. Like he does it just in a room by himself. The all-time world record.
Right. I thought he was in reading the article. I thought he was in like in a competition arena or somewhere like that.
He was. I think he might have been playing at home. I don't know how they compete like that, but
Right.
You can tell he's obviously by himself. So that's kind of like, oh man, I wish there were like thousands of people like going nuts
Right. That would have been
right
dope.
now.
just
I
imagine if he is he streaming it or is he just like
Yes.
recording himself? Like, so imagine if he wasn't and he's just like, I did it. And they're like, okay, yeah, whatever. And he's like, no, like, look, I did. And they're like, no, we don't believe.
That's legit. Between the top where it has a score and top score where it's all nines out, I'd be like, just like him. He's like, he can't feel his hands.
The other cool thing from this
He's like,
article,
"Give me my face."
he says he can't feel his hands during this. So his winning strategy, check this out, guys. This is what's interesting. You know how in the NBA everybody shoots 3-pointers now,
Yeah.
NFL, all the time. Strategies change in sports. Same
Right.
thing with this. His strategy was a culmination of the technique that younger players have been developing in recent years. Hyper tapping and rolling emerging in 2016 and 2020. These are all new techniques to play in this classic Tetris game. It allows also allowing players to operate the controller even faster by tapping the underside of the controller. I don't know.
It must, to
he's
me,
using these new techniques that have been just implemented in the last few years in this game. That's amazing.
that is crazy. And it's no surprise. I mean, you have different controllers for every system now. And even for older NES, Sega, PlayStation now, the buttons in some of the mod controllers have buttons on the bottom so that your fingers never leave the controller, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means that's where the hyper tapping, I think this is my theory of where it could come from because of the mod controllers that are out there for most consoles now. As Xbox has it, PlayStations have them, Switches have them where there's buttons on the bottom that you could bind to whatever action, to a melee. I know in Halo, when the buttons came on the bottom, everybody would modify or bind one of the bottom buttons to melee faster. I noticed that. I was like, oh my God. So that is a nice little addition that these young kids have to hack a game that's older than everybody.
I say
And it's really cool.
With games being out for so long, you have so many, as you said, like the 2016 and 2020, the younger generations are just like, you know what, let me go back to this and let me see, and they'll figure out different strategies and different tricks and tips on how to get higher scores, and eventually you'll see something like this where a 13-year-old is the first ever. That is hard to believe that nobody has ever beaten it. No human has ever beaten it until this 13-year-old in the year of what has happened in 2023.
2023.
Yeah.
Did it happen this year? Did it happen in December?
I'm not exactly sure the date, but here's
Either
what
way.
It just happened. We'll
yeah,
say
like what you
2023.
just said, Rico. It's amazing, and that makes me think You can't tell me there wasn't somebody in 1995 in their basement on Christmas break who was really good, who did it and didn't even think twice about it. You know what I mean? Like, because it was a different time. Not everybody was streaming their video games.
True.
Or like somebody beat it and it crashes and they're like, dang it.
Yeah.
Like I was so close.
Yeah.
Like I was so close to getting this higher score and now I can't go anymore. Or like they did beat it and they told somebody and they're like, oh, well, show me. And they're like, do it again. And then they just couldn't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it's not obviously not easy to do. I mean, you saw him. He's super excited. He's getting interviewed here after. Man, look, he's barely.
That is.
I remember being that age. I remember being that age. You know. So I think I love his reaction. I think any gamer reaction like that is awesome. Omni Prime says input devices themselves are still controversial. Controller versus, I think, mousing or keyboard and mouse. There.
He's using a controller in this.
Yeah, it's a console, and then Big Baby Duke says, "Well, we gotta maybe trust him on his merit here. That
Here we go.
I've beaten Tetris, just didn't record it." You know?
I believe Big Baby Duke.
Me too.
So something like this is very like for what John said. I'm like I saw the article on IGN and I saw John post it in there. I kind of skimmed over it, then didn't read it all, but I was like, "Oh, cool." But I'm like, "Wait a minute." I'm like, this game has been around since the early 80s. I'm like, really? And then, reading along around what John read about the AI, I'm like, okay, at least AI. But I'm like, interesting. I thought we had the human species have beat this game and figured it out, man.
You mean to tell me we can put a man on the moon, but we can't beat Tetris?
And we can't beat Tetris in the first 20 years of the existence of the game?
Ridiculous.
It's awesome. But
we get cars that can drive themselves, but nobody's beating Tetris. What's going on?
Like, what's
I have
really
a computer in my hand, and I can't beat Tetris.
Well, that's what this new generation is for. I mean, for not just controllers, the updated controllers, but then reflexes too. You gotta say he's 13 years old, so right now, in terms of gaming, he's kind of like at his prime. No pun on words with Omni Prime, but at his best of reacting to what's in front of him. When they're playing, because I remember playing against my dad, and he would get so frustrated. He's like, "How'd you do that so fast?" I'm like, "I'm just hitting buttons, Dad. I'm just bad." So, no trash talking. But I say that's one thing. Also, he has for him. He's young, and at that mind, at that age, your mind is still. Got YouTube commercial here. We'll flip off of that. Your mind is still like kind of like there's no obstacles. You know what I'm saying? Like people.
Yes.
Once you get a certain age, you're always thinking like this is so hard, or nobody like people will say, "Oh, you can't do that." So that's not in your head at that age, or even before that age. You feel like learning, almost like Neo, where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna be jumping off a building, so I could do this now. So hopefully that does. I'm not saying this figuratively, please. Just don't read that any other way. Please don't read that any other way. Just if you've seen The Matrix, you know what I'm referring to. Okay, there you go. But no, it's awesome. I love his reaction. Genuine 13-year-old kid. That would have been me. I would have been like, I probably would have fainted.
Oh yeah, I would have fallen over. How does a 13-year-old or how does like the younger generation like find Tetris and just go, this is the game I want to play? Like out of all the games out there right now, you go back to OG Tetris and you're like, this is it. This is the one.
Let me find that because I was actually reading other articles today, and I think it talked about why he picked it up too.
I mean, for me, like when I saw Tetris, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so fun. Between Legos and Tetris, I was like,
but yes, I mean, that's you growing up like that game's there. But I mean, like he's 13 years old, so like,
oh, you mean now? Yeah.
Like out of all the games that he has a choice in playing and a choice in being great at, why would you go to Tetris? Like I'm not knocking him. I'm just asking. Like,
you're curious.
Why is the 13-year-old are you deciding to go with Tetris as opposed to, a lot of people are going to Call of Duty and trying to get good, Fortnite, NBA 2K, Madden, like everything else. Like, why Tetris?
Maybe a parent, maybe somebody older, like our age in his life said, hey, this is a game I used to play and check it out. Just see what you think of it. And then it'd be a lot of, because I'm like showing my granddaughter, even though she's like almost 4 now, I'm showing her she's just playing Mario Kart. She's grinding into the rails, but maybe in another year, by 5 to 6 to 7 years old, she'll be like, 360 headshots. And once I get her, introduce her to Overwatch and Call of Duty and stuff.
Got him.
You know, so it's just you got to introduce him. I'm pretty sure that happened to him. That he had a young, he had.
And they're saying that a couple of Big Baby Duke and Omni Prime are saying Tetris. A couple of Tetris games released in the last 5 years. Tetris 99 apparently on the Switch. A couple of years was big, so that could have been a part of it. But again, it's just I don't know. Like you have all of these options, and that's what you go with. Again, not knocking him. It's just going back to the OG Tetris, even having the newer Tetrises and going back to OG that graphics, that version of Tetris, and saying like, I'm going to be the best at this.
Well, I think next he should tackle Dr. Mario. You guys remember
100%.
that?
Oh, I remember that game, and that would mess me up because I didn't realize like you had to. It took me a little bit, in the first couple minutes of playing that you had to match the colors of the pills that dropped down. I was like, oh, I kept missing that. And obviously that's then now another, I say observation tech, awareness thing. You got to realize when that thing's coming down, you got to make sure you flip it over here, to the left instead of right every time, instead of just looking at the shape. You got to actually look at the location of the colors. So that was just another thing, another talent that is being developed there, and observation and paying attention pretty much. So, and we have Big Baby Dude says, what about Pac-Man? Is that beatable? Great question.
I don't know.
We love to ponder.
Like the arcade, like
the old school. Yeah.
Or is it just you just keep getting higher scores?
Good question. I mean, the furthest I've gone, because I have one in the next room where I could just keep hitting reset. The furthest we got, I think one of my daughters has gotten to where she had over 600,000 points and it was still going. So I think we could probably look it up. I'm pretty sure Pac-Man is like indefinite levels.
Just keep going.
Here's what I
just keep going.
I googled end of Pac-Man arcade, and there's a YouTube video that's labeled "Meet the Man Who Beat Pac-Man." So it must be like
so. There's an end game. There's an end stage to it.
Yeah, and it might be somewhat difficult since we meet the man who did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, that means so there you go. There is an ending of it, but like I guess it's a long ways to go because she, like I said, my daughter, she played it. I think her scores on it now is like 500,000 or 600,000 points on there.
That's a lot of points,
right? On Pac-Man, because you get.
I don't even know what. I don't even know what my house. I got like the second level. I don't know. I'm
gonna play it and then find out what you get per. I know you get multipliers when you find the bouncing fruit. When you hit all the ghosts, when you have the power pellet, when you eat the power pellet, you get all. If you get all 4 of them every time, you get like an extra 1,600 points or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's what happens.
Here we go.
Or it looks like it's broken.
I don't know what's happening.
That's such an iconic sound. Though.
So you're not doing this, or the screen is not doing that? What I see there?
No, that's what it looks like.
Oh my goodness! Oh, this is what it looks like after it's beaten.
I guess this says Pac-Man kill screen.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Is this what happens? I think this.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay, that's what happens when you beat the game. So it's broken. It looks like
game endings used to suck.
They're like, here's the end.
Freeze.
It broke.
I'm trying to think. What was the end? Well, no, Legend of Zelda had to it just went into it playing more music and you saving the princess and all that fun stuff.
Like an actual ending.
It's Mass Style says Pac-Man escaped the Matrix. Yeah, that's what that was. All the little Matrix numbers. The coding, if you read that, you know what the hell is going on.
Is that one of the more iconic video game sounds?
Yeah. What? Oh, Pac-Man, heck yeah.
Just Pac-Man moving around, eating the pellets and like the music right when it starts. And even when he died, like all the sounds in Pac-Man, like those are just iconic sounds.
Easy, yes. That Super Mario Brothers, anything from that game.
It says one of the most well-known accidental endings in gaming. Pac-Man descends into chaos after 256 levels with an overflowing 8-bit level register, causes half the screen to be filled with random symbols and become unbeatable. Yeah. This actually means you can complete a perfect game of Pac-Man by eating every pellet and swallowing every ghost in all of the game's 255 levels. A feat first pulled off by Billy Mitchell back in 1999.
I wonder what his strategy was, because eventually when you eat a power pellet, you don't have no time to eat a ghost. So I wonder,
You got to.
so did he get a ghost every time for every power pellet, or what did it say in there?
Yeah, you just got to time it right.
Well, you got to time right, because eventually you eat the power pellet and they change like, for like a split second. You probably basically got to have them like in a row, so you can Exactly. That's what it kind of sounds like.
Waka waka waka
waka waka waka waka. There we go. Waka 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 waka. There we go. Oh man. We didn't get, what's this kid's name that beat the Tetris? I just realized.
Blue Scooty?
Yeah, that's his gamer. Yeah, his gamer name. Blue Scooty. We're gonna have to reach out to him. Get Blue Scooty on here.
We need Blue Scooty on this podcast.
Blue. Omni says, is that Billy Mitchell that is still controversial for alleged cheating in several games? Oh, that might be the. Oh, wait a minute. Billy Mitchell might be the guy. If you saw Pixels with Adam Sandler, the little dude, the guy, he was in Game of Thrones. That's Billy Mitchell. So Billy Mitchell's a real life dude they put in the Pixel movie, and he's controversial. Like, he's done things in gaming that he's almost like
really,
what's the word? Who's the person I could compare him to? I'll say this. I won't say a person. I'll say he's an outlaw of gamers of the video game space. What's up, Pitster man? How you doing? What's up, chat? Omni Prime, and he has the mullet, right? Is that the Billy Mitchell? Yep. He has the mullet.
They made him. He looks exactly like him.
Right. They I didn't realize that. I did something. I watched Pixels. And I studied up on this dude one day just to see who he was, to match him up from the actor they had play him. And obviously they're different in height, but in terms of the look, they look the same in terms of that. I know he's not a little person. He's a full grown adult, but he does have a mullet, and he was the bad boy of gaming back in the 80s and stuff like that. And I'll just say he's controversial. So just try to track him down. That'll be another. We want to do more interviews between Billy Mitchell. We got to get Blue Scooty on here now. There we go. That's 2 people for 2024 that I'm gonna reach out to.
Do you really think we could get Billy?
We could try. That's what I'm trying. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna always try. I've sit on games for hours trying to beat bosses at the end of a map or level. I'm gonna track down Billy Mitchell. Okay. That's what I'll do. That's on my list. I'd rather talk
to Blue Scooty first.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. I think talking to a 13-year-old is going to be fun. It's going to be super fun. You know,
I'm going to ask him why he chose.
There you go. He's going to have fun. He's going to be like, oh my God, you want to do an interview? Yes, we want to talk to you, the dude that beat Tetris.
We already have so many questions. Like, why'd you pick it up? Are you going to do Dr. Mario next?
Why the name Blue Scooty?
I love the name Blue Scooty. Blue Scooty, here we go. Omni Prime, Blue Scooty management team, aka Mom and Pops. Yep, right there.
Reach out to the management team.
Yeah, he's underage, so I got to reach out to the parents. Yeah, check in with him. So
I bet if you reach out to his pops, I bet if he's into football, he freaks out.
If the parents might be football fans. We'll see. You know,
unless they're Bears fans.
I don't like to pull. Y'all know me very well. I don't like to pull that card. You know, but for this, I may have to. For the gaming, it's for the love of gaming. Here we go.
What if they're fans of a rival NFC North team?
Hey, I'll say, look, it's not. It was never business. It was business. It wasn't personal. It wasn't against y'all as a fan base. It was just something I had to do. I had to run Bears over. Hey, Lions and Vikings all included. Titans, Colts.
Oh my.
Chiefs. Oh my. Giants, Cowboys too. Beat them up. All right. So staying in the nostalgic of gaming space. So Legend Dairy CEO Shigeru Miyamoto of Nintendo isn't retiring anytime soon. And on that headline, it talks about, it's referring to the fact that, you know, obviously he's getting up and older in age, and he's been around from the games that we just talked about, Super Mario Brothers, even though he didn't create Pac-Man, but he's been around for that time. But for his game, Super Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda, as a read from here from IGN, you know, it talks about, you know, him being asked the questions over and over again. When are you thinking about retiring? He said, and to put it in a nutshell, his mindset for him is he's not retiring anytime soon, because what he wants to do is take what he created, starting with Super Mario Brothers, as we now know, Great movie that came out earlier back in 2023, or mid 2023, and now working on the Legend of Zelda movie. So he started off obviously making the video games that are iconic under him, under the Nintendo, but now before he walks away, he wants to now bring everything to the big screen. And so he's been researching scripts on how scripts are developed to make sure they put out a script for every movie he does. Like for Super Mario Brothers, I thought that was a fantastic movie. Graphics, all the iconic nostalgia things from Super Mario Brothers was in the movie. So he did a good job with that. So he's studying them to make sure when they do Legend of Zelda and then the prequels or all the sequels to Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Brothers as well, that he makes sure he does it well, just as they did it with the video game. So that's where he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I might be moving on to another department in Nintendo, but I'm not leaving that company no time soon. And it was interesting. It's amazing. And to me, it's awesome to know how humble he is as somebody of his stature in the gaming space. I say in the world, because, you know, he was also in Pixel. If you remember the scene, I think, no, take that back. Rewind that. All right. Forget that. I was thinking about Pac-Man, the creator of Pac-Man. But he's basically said that, look, you know, I still want to be basically relevant. And when I come into the building, I don't want to be that guy walking into the check-in part of the building and person at the door doesn't recognize me. He said, hopefully that doesn't happen. And I'm like, nah, it better not happen. You walk into Nintendo and they don't know who you are. And I won't say they get fired. You just gonna have to make them sit down and do something really interesting to make up for it. So I just feel that for Miyamoto, I think he is definitely just scratching the surface of what he's already done in the gaming space to bring it more to, I say, our generation. When I say our generation, I say everybody 40 and up, because that's where it started, and he's continuing to get this ball rolling. So I think this article here just says a lot of how of a humble human being this guy Miyamoto is, when, you know, where a lot of people unfortunately kind of take the path of where they just feel that they are the bee's knees and stuff like that, and just showing you how humble he is and how proud he is of what he's created for us as consumers and as gamers out there. So I think this is a fun article, and like you said, he ain't going nowhere. He's just here doing new things, recreating himself like Outkast.
It's awesome. It's awesome for somebody with his stature, his power, to not only want to, you know, what he's created, but to want to move it towards the next generation in a different form. So, you know, going towards more of a, like you said, just a different area in the same business kind of, and just trying to move it forward to get new generations and new people into it. And then maybe, you know, maybe somebody will go back and see all of the old stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
I say old. It's not that old.
It's not old. Yeah, Metroid. Oh my God. Omni Prime Metroid would be a wild live action as love. A love letter to Alien. Yes.
Who would you choose to play the lead
for Metroid? Prime Samus.
Who would be Samus?
Man. Who would be Samus? That would be tough. We got Eeyore says Brie Larson. I like that pick. I'm thinking, since she's already another video. Well, you know, Brie has been in Marvel, so she's in comic book stuff already. I think somebody that's already kind of made their stake in the ground is Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil. But then also I'm thinking, let's bring in a new generation of actors and actresses, and let me look up some faces, because I know faces from the young crowd. I don't know names, but
I know people. Jennifer
probably Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence would probably be. People wouldn't like. I was thinking Scarlett Johansson.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking Scarlett, because she did Lucy. You remember that movie Lucy? That was kind of like a Matrix-esque type movie with her in it. I saw that too. So trying to think. I'm gonna have to. I'll look it up as we get through the show here.
By the way, Miyamoto, what a legend. What a resume. Super Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Like,
that was another one.
You are
honestly, you just said those three. That's it.
That's it. You're the Babe Ruth of video games or whatever. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's that dude. I mean, and like he made in his last statement here, he says, "I don't think of myself as a game designer. I am about finding unique opportunities for Nintendo." And so you talk about that right there from not only just a gaming standpoint, but from a business acumen, where we have Super Mario Land or Nintendo Land or what have you that just opened up. It's either, correct me if I'm wrong, I know it's one or the other. It's Nintendo World or Super Mario World that opened up in Japan and here in Los Angeles in America. So, and places that I'm like, it's on my to-do list. I'm like, if anything's I'm going to do before I die is go to Nintendo World or whatever it's called
Super
over in
Nintendo
Japan.
World.
Super Nintendo World. That is going to happen. If all right, all of us.
So Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge live from Super Nintendo World.
Please.
In 2024. All right. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds great. That sounds awesome.
I got to get a passport.
And so this guy, is just very humbly setting his legacy is nobody. We're going to be, not we, but I say our generation is going to be still talking about stuff he put out 50, 60, 70 years from now, and then redesigning it, redoing it, repurposing it to the next generation. And that's what's the beauty of video games, is that you could start it off in one platform like it was in the video, is in on console. Now it was in comic books and magazine, and now boom, it's on the big screen. And then next, I'm surprised that it hasn't, if not, correct me, I mean, I don't know, I don't play everything out there. But if there is VR, is there a VR Mario game out there? I'll be like, that would be like, I would be on that all day, for real. You give me a VR Legend of Zelda, right? A VR Legend of Zelda, a VR Metroid, a VR Super Mario Brothers. I'll be like, give me that, please.
Oh yeah,
put that on my birthday list.
I want to jump on a Goomba.
Yeah.
I see. I see a Super Mario in VR. There's a YouTube video on it, at least.
Oh, okay.
So,
unless it's like a mod or something that somebody did.
Here.
Yes, we are talking Miyamoto, Akito, and I know you're a very canon guy. You know who that is, and a person that is touched. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's VR. Sweet.
Well,
yeah.
It's always thinking. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Woo-hoo!
Dizzying.
Oh, there's some more. Hold on.
Oh
My God.
There you go. Get your coin. Get your coin, girl. Stop talking and get the mushroom. Get the mushroom. Where the mushroom go? It goes to the other way. It stays there. It didn't move. Okay.
It didn't move.
It didn't move.
This looks so disorienting to me.
Yeah, I would.
If you didn't have your if you don't have the
headset on,
don't play that. Don't play that inebriated in any way. That would be a problem. Ear says, "LOL, that failed. It was called the Virtual Boy that came out back in the 90s." Okay, so they did take a crack at it. Yeah, I do remember Virtual Boy, but I never played it or got my hands on it. So I did hear.
Now you have all the VR, so it should be easier, right?
It should be, and technology obviously can help with the
in
bugs.
The 90s.
That's in the 90s, right? That's 30, 40.
That was very good.
Yeah, that's 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Yeah, so yeah, I think like for Miyamoto, I mean, I'm just so excited. Like I knew right away once I saw what it says. Eeyore says it was an all red screen and gave kids headaches for 5 to 10 minutes.
Jeez. Hard pass.
That's hilarious. That's unfortunate. But for Miyamoto, like I started to say, once I saw Super Mario Brother movie hit this past summer, I was like, the first thing popped in my head was Legend of Zelda. And then like I think Omni Prime mentioned Metroid. I'm like, I was just thinking about all the Nintendo games. And Duck Hunt. Like, bring the dog and the bird and the ducks, please. Please do a Duck Hunt game, TV series or movie, or even a game show.
What would you do for a TV series, Ahman?
What I would do?
What would you do? How would you make Duck Hunt a TV series or a movie? You can include them in a movie or a TV series, but
I would do a TV series
about them,
or do a game show where we would play Duck Hunt for a game show. We have all the updated technology. We can make that real. That's gonna happen. It's a whole big generation of people that would sign up to go on that game show, go Duck Hunt, and it's already built-in name or a comedy.
Yeah. You know what it is?
Series like Omni.
It's called hunting ducks.
No,
it's already
it's called Duck Hunt. And
No,
you
people
have
already
dog.
do that.
That was the dog.
I asked
Okay.
ChatGPT how to make it a movie, Rico.
Oh yeah, what's ChatGPT have to say?
It says, in a small, seemingly ordinary town lies a hidden gateway to a mystical world called the Mystic Marsh. This marsh is inhabited by a variety of intelligent talking ducks and other wildlife. Unbeknownst to the human world, these ducks have been safeguarding a powerful ancient artifact that maintains the balance between their world and ours.
Wow, we just got
Interesting.
really interesting. You know what?
Wow.
I'd watch that.
I would do that.
If we have ducks protecting ancient artifacts, hell yeah, I'm watching that. Because
They could redo Starcade.
you know what's gonna happen is there's gonna be one massive duck that's just ripped, and he's gonna be like quack.
They say quack.
Exactly, that's what it's sound. Just a quack.
Oh lordy, that would be interesting though. That would. All right, Rico, your turn, man. What you got cracking?
Well, I mean, we're talking about movies and video games and video game movies. So here's a quick update for you. Minecraft, a movie that has been in development since I believe 2014 or in talks since 2014, has found their leading voice as Jack Black is pegged to be Steve in the Minecraft movie.
No brainer.
Yeah. That movie also has the likes of Emma Myers, Danielle Brooks, Sebastian Eugene Hansen, and Jason Momoa in talks for some sort of role. But this is a small change for Jack Black, who is no stranger to video game movies, as he was Bowser in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. The only difference is he'll be going from villain to hero, but I can imagine still a lot of his comedic style of crazy, manic things and just yells and screams will be a part of it. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he mastered what Jim Carrey mastered as well. That physical comedy. That physical comedy, yeah.
Oh, just amazing. So it's Jack Black playing Steve for the Minecraft movie. Again, it's been in development since 2014. Filming began in December of 2023. And the director for Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre is the director for this movie.
Oh my goodness.
So it's going to be good. I mean, Nacho Libre is. I mean, they're both instant classics or cult classics, I should say. But Nacho Libre with Jack Black, and now you've got Jack Black playing Steve in Minecraft. Although it's just his voice, it's still. I'm not like the biggest Minecraft fan, but I'll watch this. Yeah,
I'm not nowhere good at Minecraft. I only played it a few times, but
I'm curious. What does the Minecraft movie look like visually?
I would say probably like the game.
Like Minecraft?
I mean, it'll look like Minecraft,
the game.
probably.
I mean,
would it be a little more realistic?
Okay, that's what I'm wondering. Like,
it would be realistic.
This is Minecraft. Everyone knows what Minecraft looks like.
Yes.
Touch it up.
Would they go with the same people who like Illumination, who made the Super Mario movie, and like kind of their design for movies? Because what theirs is, the New Grinch, Despicable Me, Super Mario. Like they have a certain, Secret Life of Pets. They have a certain art style that they use, and if they use that for Minecraft, just more blocky, I guess. I mean, you would have to go with a block style because it is Minecraft. It is the Minecraft movie, but it follows in the the current stretch of video game related TV and film projects is the Mario movie, The Last of Us, Fallout, and this movie is currently slated for 2025, April of 2025.
Awesomeness. Yeah, this is no brainer. I mean, he already did well with Bowser. And he, like I said, physical actor, funny dude. If you watch him on Instagram, I'm not sure if he has a TikTok yet either, but his Instagram is insanely hilarious.
He is great. It's kind of funny, and like it takes you by surprise because he'll just be wearing that American flag Speedo, and you're just like, oh, wait a minute. Here we go, Jack Black.
He is not worried about body shaming. He's like, bump y'all. Yes, I'm big guy, and I'm showing y'all. And he has a ton of fun with this. Oh, with his off time. When he's not in a movie or directing or acting, he's having fun.
And Eeyore mentions, I forgot about this, the Borderlands movie, the Borderlands video game. That movie is coming out at some point. I don't remember, but Jack Black is the voice of Claptrap in that. So he's just going to all the video game movies and using his voice to bring cheer, which he is the perfect Claptrap. Perfect.
Hey, I would love to be the next Master Chief voice, or if they ever make Madden into a movie, I could just play as myself.
You know damn well that what they're gonna do for Master Chief is if they're smart, they get Christopher Judge's voice. The voice of God.
No, they need a Mon Green. Sorry.
I don't know.
That's the only person that's need to have that job.
That's it. Okay.
I'm this guy right here. The guy you're looking at.
Oh, that guy.
Yep, that guy. That guy.
Newly shiny head.
Yep. I love that.
And go, John. You got it.
I love that you want to make a Madden movie.
Hey.
That's just the NFL.
Hey, yeah, Madden Mutt team. We should Madden. I'm gonna come up with it. I know I should not share
Madden
ideas,
Mutt teams. You just get all of the former NFL players, all the alumni to get together.
We make it happen. No, I don't even need that. I just got my creative mind.
Madden video game movie.
I'm going back. I think it was JFK was the only one realized that I did get a haircut. He's the only one mentioned. Ahman did cut his hair. Yes, I cut my hair off. He said it at the start of the stream. He was the first one. So shout out to JFK there. He's like, Ahman, you don't have hair or something like that. I was trying to find it. But yeah, I would be a good Madden movie. I don't know what the plot would be, but we know part of the plot would be playing football. Obviously.
I think OmniPrime hit it right there. The Madden biopic about how it was made, like the Tetris movie.
True, that's true. I mean, you got a great creator. I say behind his mind was John Madden, and
Jack Black can play John Madden.
Oh my God,
he'd have to shave.
He'd have to shave. I don't think he's done. Well, he would.
Well, would it be him or would it be Frank Caliendo?
Oh, God.
Good question.
He's got the voice.
Good. I'm not good question, but yeah, no, that is a good question. He has the voice 100%. We already know 100. That. We already know that now. So
Jack Black would be in it somewhere. If you make a video game movie, Jack Black needs to be in it. That's it. I'm putting my foot down. If you make a movie about video games, Jack Black has to be in it at some point.
100%.
That's it.
And since I stopped. I didn't do this at the beginning of the intro for Quick Hittin News Bytes, so here we go. There you go. All right. Now headed into
the last one was like this.
The last one was like, what? What's going on? All right, we got John up first on Quick Hittin. Our best thing we see on social media. Hold up, let's go there.
Now we need the audio.
Got him. Ain't nobody got time.
Got him. All right, I gotta turn the volume up, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I don't know if y'all have seen this. This has been going around for a while, but there was a trend or something.
Yeah, this ain't right.
Cracking eggs on their child's.
1, 2, 3. Hey, that wasn't very nice.
You know why? That
wasn't very nice.
Because hold on, let's see what happened. You see their faces?
A little bit of salt in it. And then you have to mix it really.
Oh!
That's what you get.
Oh!
What the fuck? I'm gonna crack one egg.
Watch this one. Hold up. See, that's the death stare right there.
Oh. She's trying so hard not to look at it. Oh! Solid crack.
He's like, okay.
Like she got shot.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hey, that wasn't very nice.
Man, what's wrong with these parents? Y'all been watching way too much social media now. All right.
I would never crack an egg on my kids. Well, maybe not.
My kid would have to be in the.
And then you have to mix it really.
In the double-digit ages, like 10, and acting bad. And I'm like, I got some. Come here. You want to help me in the kitchen real quick? That's the only way I would get stooped to that level. I'm sorry.
I would do it. I'd do it right now. I'd do it to my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old.
You wrong for that, Rico.
Why?
I was going to say
wrong for that, Rico. You got to hurt him. Oh, true. You got to pre-crack the egg though, man, so it just breaks easy.
Nope, I'm just doing it. Right on the forehead. I got hard heads. You get it from me.
Oh my god! Hey, that kid. Every kid, when they first get hit, they're like,
Let me crack this egg.
Just love
like,
that.
well, that one right there, she just got aggressive right away. She's about that life. Like her right, this one right here, she's like asking them questions, like basically like, why you just hit me? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Return to favor.
And then they all surprised.
A little bit of salt.
She gets pissed right here.
And then you have to
She's
mix it
older.
really.
That's the only thing you got to worry about.
You got it right in her mouth too.
Yeah.
That's what you
The older kids, you got to be careful. As you see the one that gave the death there, that's coming up soon. Older kids, you got to watch your back. This trend led to conversations around consent within our esports school org.
Oh,
sorry. Did it? Oh, my bad.
Really?
We were all clicking it at the same time. It did on me. Interesting. Well, of course, it's because we know the kids today are gonna see something on social media, think it's funny. They could do it somewhere else, and you can't have that. You can't be in the esports room or facility and everybody's cracking eggs on each other's head. That was the keyboards all messed up with yoke. They all. I'm like, if you break it, you buy it. That's how I roll with my facility. And then when I had, late night, going on to mine, what I'm rolling with here on my what's on stream. This is me.
And then you have to mix it
when
really.
I wake up in the middle of the night trying to use the bathroom, I try to find that light switch.
Oh God.
Here you go. That's me right there.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Where is it?
I'll find it at some point.
I find it. Hey. Is it right there? Is it right there? Where is it at? I don't want to fall. I don't want to step on anything either. So
what is this bear doing in real life?
He's crossing. He looked like he's obviously in the street. He like crossing the street. Somebody videotaping. Maybe they got food. They're baiting him over there. I don't know.
You know what it is?
So weird.
What is it?
He got caught walking on two legs, and he's going Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, boy, bear
not the bear you are looking for. I am not there.
I love this. I love Omni Primes. Yeah. Is that bear? Hey, he might be. He's working on that Wusa from Bad Boys to Wusa.
Wax on, wax off, baby.
Yeah. And he said, back to the eggs is along with the same conversation related to pranks are funny when everyone is laughing, including the pranked individual. Yeah.
That's true.
That's only when everybody's in on it, having a good time. Yes. Not when somebody starts crying and feeling bad. That's when, no joke over. Are you okay? You got to check in with them. All right. And now, Rico, your turn. What you got here, man?
The Pop-Tarts Bowl is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And I don't know if there's like a selection process to be the Pop-Tart, but I want to be the Pop-Tart.
I want to be a mascot.
The first ever edible mascot. This is one of the funnier parts right here.
He goes into the toaster.
When he tosses the sign, he's like, yep, this is gone. But it's the first ever edible mascot. He goes down into the toaster, and then he comes out here, and the winning team, Kansas State, who beat NC State in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, gets to eat his face.
Strawberry, the right kind of Pop-Tart. That's what Matt
Strawberry sacrificed himself for all of us.
Oh man!
Although the best flavor of Pop-Tart, and I will fight you till the day I die, wild berry.
No, basically, I'm in Matt style. Strawberry, simple tasting. This simple taste, which I probably haven't had. I probably could count on one hand how many Pop-Tarts that I had in my life. Just so y'all know. And then the amazing fact that there is a bowl game called the Pop-Tarts Bowl in Orlando, Florida. Bowl, it just give applause to that.
And then there was the Cheez-It Bowl.
And then there was the Tiger Bowl.
Yeah, remember the Mayo, the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
The which one?
They dumped
the Mayo. The Mayo Bowl, John. Yep.
Dumped the Mayo on the coach or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, they and the player, one of the players and the coaches got dumped with mayo, with mayonnaise. I'm like, oh my God.
Rico, I was watching this, exactly what we're watching now. I'm like, this is genius, number one, for the companies that promote these bowl games.
100%. Straight sugar rush.
Yeah, when we expand the college football playoffs and more teams get in, and these bowl games,
it's got to be a PlayStation Bowl.
There was a PlayStation Bowl. It was the PlayStation Bowl, and it was 2020 or something like that, and they gave every player on each team and the coaches and stuff, they gave them all PS5s.
That's true. I remember
and
that.
immediately, and
that.
it was the bowl sponsor for a while. It was like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Immediately after that, they are no longer the Fiesta Bowl sponsor. You know why?
Probably not good.
They wasted all that money giving everybody PS5.
That's what I was gonna say. It's probably not a good financial investment.
Well, and it was the time when everybody was struggling finding PS5. So we're like, oh, this is where all of them went.
Right. They went all to Arizona for the Fiesta Bowl. There you go. But we got what we got. We got Xbox. We got Astro Gaming headsets. We got Secret Labs. They could do a bowl game. I know they got money.
Well, here's what
Twitch. They need to do a Twitch Bowl. Oh, there it is. Twitch Bowl.
The Twitch Bowl.
The Twitch Bowl.
I think more.
Come on, Twitch. I'm one of the ambassadors. Let's bring me in. I could commentate, please.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We got the crew right here.
Yeah. We
got play-by-play. We got color, and we got sideline reporter. You the sideline, Rico.
Yeah. No, I got you. Of course, I'll be the sideline reporter.
And we got Notorious and Jeremy as well. They could bring up the caboose, help us out. We got a whole production crew for the Twitch Bowl. There we go.
Great idea, man. Let's sell it to Twitch. Let's get online. We can stream.
I'll be on it. I'll have a description written out here in about a week. Send it to Twitch. I've talked to a few Twitch people over the years.
I'm serious. Let's do it.
The Twitch Bowl. I know they have money for a bowl game. We could do it right there in San Francisco. They have this where the 49ers play.
Yeah, Levi's
Stadium. And it's already Levi's. It's like that's what gamers wear. Gamers wear Levi's. Like
exactly. We'll wear Levi's on the sideline. Exactly. We'll double it up. All the sponsors.
Bam. We got Levi's already. And then we got Twitch right there. And then we got what else is EA Sports is there in San Francisco and Northern Cal. Yep. Southern Cal has Activision Blizzard down south with Microsoft is up in Seattle. We good. We got the whole West Coast locked down for one bowl game.
Ahman, the Twitch Bowl is a fantastic idea. I think more brands need to pull off Pop-Tarts like this.
Yes.
Need to do the Duke Mayo Bowl.
They got the whole Kansas State football team eating a human-sized Pop-Tart right now.
Because quite frankly, these bowl games don't mean as they never really meant anything.
He's licking his Pop-Tart. Hold up, time out. Rewind. Okay. I wish I could rewind this.
There's running back. He took a piece off and he took a bite.
There you go. Man, see? Though you can't eat food from him. He's licking his food.
He handed it off.
I think he threw that one. Yeah, he did. Oh, I never noticed that.
He what are you doing? He handed it off?
Yeah. Did he hand it off?
He did. He handed it off to somebody else.
Hold on. Here we go.
Okay, hold on.
I saw this the first time. Right I'm like, wait a minute. He licked it. Okay, he licked it.
Okay, now watch the guy behind him.
Left hand.
Right. Oh! Right there. The handoff.
Oh, what are you doing?
With teammates like that, who needs enemies? I didn't notice that.
I did not. I saw it. I just didn't say something because I was talking, or one of y'all was talking. But then I was like, I gotta replay this.
He set his teammate up. Wow.
He did. Oh my goodness. That is.
I still love the pop dunk.
What was he doing?
Oh my god, he straight shades all type of germs, and his glove. He had his glove on the bottom. He licked the top and then handed it off to one of his teammates. Man, come on. We got better hygiene than that. Us football players got way better hygiene. I know I do. I know I have way better hygiene than that.
I still love the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
All right. All right, here. Let me get ready for the next clip here into game releases, people.
It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
Oh, all right. Oops, didn't hit the button. Sorry. All right, John, you're up first, buddy.
To explain myself on how I pick these video games, once again, if you're new to the show, Ahman sends out a list, and I just pick the one that I think sounds the funniest or the best or whatever. Yeah. Well, we all know how big Stray was, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That had cats. This is called Quilts and Cats of Calico. It's a cozy board game in which the player's main task is to make a quilt from patterned fabric scraps. By smartly combining the colors and patterns of the scraps, the player can not only score points for the completed design, but also sew on buttons and attract adorable cats.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Who have their preference for bedding patterns. So it's like based on a board game, Calico. And that's what you do. And I guess cats come by. I don't know. It seems.
Hey, they took the script from Stray. I'm not mad at them here. That's what you got to do. It worked before. It could strike lightning again.
They said people like being cozy with quilts and people like cats. Let's combine.
100%. I said this soon as Stray hit the scene. I'm like, man, this thing about to be the highest selling game in animal game history. It definitely was. Okay.
And the cats respond to what you do, and they have their own cat characters. They'll observe. They'll romp.
Oh my goodness!
Sometimes
they'll
game
over.
Pet them. They'll take little naps.
I mean, this is the nicest way. This is the nicest way. This is ridiculous.
Hey,
you're not wrong.
You better watch it back, man. It's a lot of cat people in the world, Rico.
I am not a cat person because I
know. That's what I said. Well, yeah, obviously for natural reasons, right? But watch it back. Watch what you say. Cat people are everywhere.
Cat gonna try to get me.
Hey, man, there's cat people everywhere, and they protective. They love their kitty cats.
They care not for cats.
He said, "Care not for cats." Oh man, what am I doing?
I don't know if I'd be into making quilts with cats, but it seems like something. If you started it, you might like 10, 15, 20, 3 hours later be like, "Oh, this isn't." You know what I mean? Like, I could see how someone could get into it, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
Although I would actually want the quilt though. I like quilts. I like being cozy. Like if you could do that, if you could do that, and then like you actually get like sent the quilt that you made.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that.
There you go.
You know what? Just for poops and giggles, why not just sprinkle some cat hair on it?
He said poops and giggles. I like how you said that. Poops and giggles. You see Aikido, he beat the game in under 3 hours.
Oh,
that's dope.
Didn't take 34 years.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. That's
nuts. You crazy. Be careful. Be careful. All right, simple game here. Back to nostalgic here. Oh, wait a minute. I got to get to my screen here. Boom. There we go. All right, Keto. We got Prince of Persia. I'm bringing it to you. So a classic remake here. I'm all about nostalgia for myself. So this is the RPG game from Ubisoft that started, it was the game that pretty much started Assassin's Creed. So it kind of led to Assassin's Creed, I'll say that. So Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time is back. So embark on a journey as the prince to save your kingdom from the treacherous Visor. I'm saying that. I don't know if I'm saying that right or wrong. This is the fully remade classic of the game. So having this game out on PlayStation, Xbox Series X, and PS4 and 5. There you go. So check it out over at Ubisoft Action Adventure RPG Classic. And like I said, this was the birth of Assassin's Creed. If you're not into that, just so you know I am. I played all the Assassin's Creed, so this was where it started. Never really got a chance to play it, but looks good. And I could see the gameplay, and the kind of the graphics too, where it started for Assassin's Creed with Ubisoft. I know a lot of few guys there too, Ubisoft. So check this out. And we got new games coming up for 2024. I'm excited, but this is a oldie but goodie. Like we were always going to say, Vizier. Thank you, ER. Thank you, ER. And Rico. Appreciate you there. So the critically acclaimed Prince of Persia Sands of Time is back. So play it for the first time. Ubisoft legendary tale of the prince and the thief. The princess and the thief, I'll say. Fighting against the baddies in the desert. What's up?
When was the original?
Original. I would just say that's an ER question, but I'm gonna guess 99, 98,
89.
Oh, 2000. Was it 89 originally?
No way.
Aikido says 2003 on the 2003, so that had to be the PlayStation or Xbox. Omni Prime says Nintendo. Ooh, that got to be in the 80s.
Wikipedia, Prince of Persia is a cinematic platform game developed and published by blah, blah, blah for the Apple II in 1989.
Yeah, I was going to say it was on
but when it was a platformer.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Then they made it like this in 2003. I remember seeing this. I never played it. I never played Prince of Persia, but it was one of those where I would see it and I go, I should play this. I hear people talking about it, and then I just never did.
Yeah, so Sands of Times was 2003, so Aikido got the correction. It was the 2003 was the original release of this one, Prince of Tides: The Sands of Time, because they're doing the remake thing, and the remake works because we got old people like myself that wants to buy these games or see them in a movie version. Boom. And actually, this is a movie version with Jake Gyllenhaal, correct?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it did very well.
It didn't, probably not, but it was okay for the gamer fans.
Yeah, Uncharted did pretty well.
Uncharted 2 with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland and a few other A-list actors. Put it on the big screen there. So check it out. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time remake for the ones that didn't beat it before. Now you can beat it now, and you're older. So there you go.
Older and wiser.
Older and wiser. All right, Mr. Rico the Rookie, you're up next.
Hello. Smalland, Survive the Wilds. It's a big adventure on a tiny scale. Multiplayer survival in a vast, hazardous world. Preparation is key when you're this small, surrounded by massive creatures and at the bottom of the food chain. Again, it's another one of these where I see it, and it's open-ish world where you're crafting things. You're crafting weapons, armor, you're building encampments, and you're exploring the strange wilderness where you're tiny people and the humans are gone, or the giants as they called them, and now you're out exploring the world that is left behind. Trees or skyscrapers, small cracks in the pavement are like the Grand Canyon to you, and owls or bugs are huge monsters, and again, you're just crafting, building encampments, trying to keep yourself safe and exploring the world around you.
Has not been without.
It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yep.
Yeah, you fight ants, fighting all these bugs.
Yeah, we got ER says Grounded, another one.
Yeah,
I played
exactly.
a little bit of. But this is always a fun place to go. It depends on where you are on the planet. You don't have to be a whole lot of crazy places. You just go to somebody's backyard and get this. But it's interesting to see the different versions that are out there of people being tiny.
And in this one, I talk about multiplayer. Play alongside friends with support for up to 10 players in multiplayer. Explore, fight, build together, survive the wilds as a team. For those who prefer to take the fight to others, PvP is toggable by the host.
Ooh, PvP. So you can bang with branches and twigs?
Yeah, you can fight each other on the backs of grasshoppers or
the birds, or like the blue jay right there.
Yeah, you can ride on the backs of those and fight your friends in a small, big world.
All right, I'm gonna come off. I'm gonna get a bumblebee. If I'm fighting against y'all, I'm gonna get a bumblebee and get the biggest evergreen tree that I could hone down into a nice little baseball bat.
I wish you would, because guess what? I'm gonna get me a wasp.
I'm gonna have a bumblebee. Bumblebees are bigger than wasps.
Well, guess your bumblebee stings once and it's dead. My wasp will continue to sting.
No, it's not about stinging. It's about flight. And then be down hell on YouTube.
I will end you. Yeah, forget it. I'm getting a spider.
I'm gonna find a black widow. There you go. Unless you can't find one that's hungry, they're gonna want to eat you.
We'll see.
See, there's a spider right there. You can ride the spider.
Exactly.
You guys imagine, forget if we were small. Just imagine if birds were that big.
Right.
Like, you could never go outside.
No.
How would we?
No.
If birds were really that big, just birds. Forget all the other animals and creatures.
Yeah, they'll be. You be on the dinner list, breakfast, lunch, and dinner list every night.
God, outside would be terrifying. We'd all live indoors.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, here comes the blue jay. Run! Run! Get to the house.
I mean, like eagles are massive. Just imagine if they were bigger, and like they could. Imagine if eagles were the size that they could prey on humans.
Oh my goodness!
I was like, have you seen those videos of eagles picking up small children in parks?
Yes. Yeah, I lived in Washington State. That really would go down. Okay.
Yeah.
In the springtime.
Really? Like,
yes,
do they
it would be
take them away
between eagles, between hawks and cougars. They would snatch up either small kids or little dogs in Washington when I lived in Seattle when I was a Seahawk. That was the spring news headline: child snatched up by a cougar or young little dog picked up by a hawk. I'm like, God, dog, this is Wild Kingdom up in this joint. I'm like,
if they were that big, though, we would probably be riding them at some level. Flying on birds.
Facts.
I would do that.
Facts.
I want a golden eagle. I don't want a bald eagle. Everybody would go for a bald eagle and they'd be like, America. And I'm like, no, I want a golden eagle.
A golden eagle.
What's the difference?
Where are you going for? Yeah.
They're just brown.
Oh, it's just color.
Yeah.
You see my Jimmy, what's his last name? Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he's a golden eagle.
Shout out to Marquette.
Hitting up you, Jimmy Butler. All right, headed over to what's
Shout out to
on?
Marquette.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the. Sorry.
I gotta turn.
Excuse me. It's time for What's on Street.
All right. Now during Christmas break, we had to talk. We talked about it last show, right? What we're going to pick, and we finally settled on and found one because there's so many good seasons and something to watch. And Disney Plus has quite a few of them, actually. They got What If going on. They got Echo is about to hit. I think at the end of January or February or something like that. She was the assassin that didn't talk. That was in
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. There you
I
go.
never finished Hawkeye.
Come on, John. Help
just
us
like-
out. But we did
Series.
Loki season 2, episode 1, Orbeus or OB. And like I asked at the start of the show, who remembers OB from some other movie series that used to grace
So where the hell is
the big screen as we were kids? So we see here episode 1, Loki. There's OB right there. Actually, right there. Boom. Pause it. Does anybody know? Chat, you're in on this. I'm pretty sure Chat knows.
I'm looking it up.
I know right. I knew right away. I was like, oh, I haven't seen him since.
Oh, really?
I listened to. It says, if you listen to me, you'll live longer, Dr. Jones. Great line.
Oh,
Dr. Jones.
really?
That's Short Round. Remember Short Round? From
Wow.
Indiana Jones and the Goonies. He was the one kid from the Goonies. He hasn't really changed much, other than he looks a little
Got
taller.
older.
I'm definitely older.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's the actor. Let me see how you. I had his name up here.
I was gonna say he looked very familiar, but I could not place him.
I was like, oh,
Kehu
Kwan?
Kwan?
Kwan something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
That's
that's Short
amazing.
Round. I was like, Short Round. Kehu Kwan. Yes. And I was like, fantastic. Seeing an oldie but goodie. I think movies, TV series, even video games do a good job when they bring in somebody from from any generation, not just the current generation, but any generation, and put them in without forcing it into a movie or a series or a video game, because then obviously you have a demographic that's going to gravitate towards what the product is, the TV show, the movie, the video game, when you do that. So they definitely thumbs up for that.
I love that they
Marvel
don't
did.
forget about like those older actors. Like, hey,
Yes.
you guys were part of this. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, let's give you another. I love that. That's so cool.
See, that's what the NFL needs to do. Can't forget about these old players, Can't forget about us.
You're right. You're right.
That's what I said. Madden TV show. It's something coming. Or Twitch Bowl. Putting it out there. The Twitch Bowl. But yeah, let's get back to episode 1, Orbeus. So Orbeus is kind of like a librarian, because he's like down there in the dungeon of the the TVA. Is it TVA? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, TVA.
And between Morbius and Loki, they stumble upon him, but they met each other in other variations, as we got this commercial going on right now in the background. And so they met in other variations because of what's going on with the universes. A multiverse has been shattered between the Infinity Saga to Doctor Strange, and now What If, and now obviously Loki time traveling or time slipping as he is doing. So what do y'all think of time slipping? Do y'all would you want a time slip from the way it looks?
No,
No.
it's painful.
It looked like it hurts. Yeah, it looked like you're giving birth. Was that?
That was a dumb question. Why would you want a time slip? It looks painful.
If I wouldn't, I would eventually build up a tolerance so I can time slip, because I would love to go. Yeah, I would go back and forth. I would love to go back and forth.
Well, would you rather time slip or just have you could do it without the pain, so you don't have to become accustomed to it?
Yeah, definitely doing it without the pain. So in this episode, real quick, Loki finds himself lost in time, like we're talking about, and torn quite literally between the past, present, and the future, because that is what's going on in the TVA. Because season 1 ended with everybody basically being woke up by Loki. say, hey, there's variations of ourselves that whoever's running this thing, they are not telling us that, and they're hiding stuff from us. Sounds familiar in our life today.
Don't.
Sounds very familiar of what we got going on in our world. So he's trying to wake people up and say, all the workers, the cops of the TVA trying to say, hey man, don't, you are part of this. You're not who you think you are. And so he's trying to get people to understand that, of course, as human beings, and even though they're variants, they are stuck in the chain. This can't change because I'm used to this. Mm-hmm. That can't be. So he's coming up against that resistance. So that's what I see, and that's what I kind of like about this episode, especially the time slipping, because it's like he's there and then he's gone, and you're like, what the hell just happened? Like, what?
It's got to be trippy trying to figure out after you time slip. Like, okay, now what do I have to do? Who do I have to convince?
It's like Quantum Leap. You remember that TV series, Quantum Leap?
Who knows what? Who knows who I am? Who isn't my enemy? Who is my friend? Like, you're just all of a sudden it's just like boom, and you're like, all right, got to figure this out quick.
Right. He says, I've tried. Mastyle says, I've tried. I am tired of Loki being a good guy. He's the king of mischief. Come on now. I like him as a goodie. I like him as a good guy. I think he does. Every villain has the good guy in him. And he's more of a con man, so he tries to play both sides. Because, I mean, obviously, when he sees in that first episode of season 1, I think, or somewhere in season 1, where he sees Thanos choking him out to death, I think that's where his humanization comes into effect. He's like, oh man, I just got, and I'm still here today. So he's like I think he's taking advantage of the fact that he's basically alive for the time being, time slipping and being in the TVA, and what he's able to do and try to help people and better his situation, I guess.
When I started watching this season 2, episode 1, I forgot how much attention you really have to give to this show.
Yes,
right?
You can't walk away.
No, you see the recap. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I have to go watch the first season again just to wrap my mind around all these timelines and everything like that. But I really like this series, guys. Once you start to pay attention to it and give it that attention, it's so much fun. I love the new character, OB. I love that. I thought the best part is episode 1, or one of the best parts, was when Loki goes back in time and is telling him about how they need him in the present, where you know what I mean? And he like creates this thing and he starts remembering all these different things.
Yeah.
Like, because they're happening in the past and now they're part of him. I thought that was so trippy.
The variations of himself, right?
Yeah.
And that would be so weird.
That's the cool part, seeing variations of yourself. So quick question, and y'all could think about it. What variations of yourself would you want to see? And then I'm gonna explain what's on the screen now. So this is the timeline, and the parts of the branches of the timeline that spew off is the ones that were, correct me if I'm wrong, which I know I might be, but I'm gonna take a shot at it, where either Loki or other variants have decided to try to, as they say, branch off to do something else instead of sticking to the original timeline. Mm-hmm. And so you see the timeline kind of breaking into different areas or different directions in terms of branching out in different areas. And so that's what the TVA is like, no, you got to stick to this timeline or else, but Loki's like, no, it didn't go like this. And he knows, like, I'm dead. So Thanos choked me out. So I'm really trying to change the outcome at the end of my life here. But to you and John, what versions of yourself would you want to see? Like, you saw, like, Loki, he had a little kid, he had a woman, he had an old dude, he had I think he saw an animal.
He had an alligator.
He had an alligator.
I want to see Gator. I want to see Gator Rico.
Gator Rico. I want to see
what Gator Rico's up to.
Obviously, I want to see, even though this is Marvel, I want to see Batman Ahman. I want to see T'Challa Ahman. I want to see. I want to see
the version of me that made the NFL.
Boom! I want to see the version of me that is the best Halo player on the planet.
The version of me. I want to see the version of me that's an astronaut.
I want to see the version of me that beats Tetris.
Oh, there you go.
I want to see
the only person who beat Tetris.
I want to see a version of me. I like Eeyore that is a Muppet.
Yes.
I love it
Please.
because I love that show, The Muppets. I used to watch that as a kid. To be a Muppet, oh, all of us as Muppets. That's awesomeness, right
What
there.
Muppet would you look like? Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or a Simpson character. I would be a Simpson version of mine, of me. I would love to see that one.
The
So we're saying
superhero
these
version.
different timelines we exist as Muppets.
Yeah, everybody's a Muppet.
Yep, everybody's a Muppet.
This show is so trippy.
It
because
is.
as you said, with the timeline and then the branches off where it's just like you have to stick to a certain script. And if you go off script, that's when the TVA intervenes and they're like, nope, gotta go back, do this. You're messing up the timeline.
Yeah,
and Loki going in, causing chaos and messing with the timelines, and then everything isn't the way that it's supposed to be or something or another. And it's just watching this and trying to, like you guys said, trying to keep your mind wrapped around which timeline and what is going on in this one and what has happened in the past, and Loki remembering all his past selves. Like, can you imagine that in your head where all of a sudden you're remembering things that haven't happened to
you directly, right?
But they have happened to you
in a way. And as you saw, you saw the picture of Doctor Strange flipping through the different multiverses. So that is what we were talking about, where we could have a Muppet version of us, but in these different worlds, they all are connecting. So basically, when you're having that nightmare or dream, somebody said, you're experiencing one of your variants, basically, situation in their life. And so, yeah, that's when they get terminated.
Like Owen Wilson in a movie, by the way.
He's doing pretty good. I like him.
In a Marvel.
I think everybody's probably been in a Marvel movie now.
There's somebody who they're casting.
Everybody.
Again, they're like, oh, he's going to be his first introduction into Marvel, and he's already had a role in Marvel at some point. And
right. You can't say that no more.
Yeah, there have been so many like stars or like pretty good actors who have had small-ish roles in Marvel that now, as they continue to build up and continue to get bigger, somebody's going to have to repeat something.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, oh, wait a minute, you've already done this.
Because there were more movies in the 80s that crossed over, because even some of those they used, just like with Spider-Man, right? They used the early Spider-Mans before Marvel was bought by Disney to bring in all the Spider-Mans that was in the one he said where he was trying to fix time, when he broke it.
Yeah.
And he asked Doctor Strange to help him out, and then Spider-Man broke it, basically. So you got all that fun stuff going on. So this is right here, Morbius trying to fix the power surges at the TVA that's, affecting and creating a black hole problem that might pop up here as well. So you got a lot of stuff in this first episode from last season, which wasn't really not that long ago, but it just seems like an eternity because a lot has going on. But now they're trying to just get everything reset and back to normal. And I just think we got a fun ride ahead of us.
Yeah.
For season 2, Loki. I'm super excited.
Which movies would you guys suggest for people to watch? Like, outside of obviously Loki season 1, what movies should they watch to kind of get, like, the movies that have come out in between Loki season 1 and now?
Doctor Strange, Quantumania. Oh no, Doctor Strange, and then Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Yeah.
So
as I say, Ant-Man, Quantumania. I feel
anything
like
Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange is really hit on
Spider-Man,
and then Spider-Man, and then the Spider-Man one, where I mentioned the one I just mentioned. With,
so Spider-Man,
all the Spider-Man's in it. So
Spider-Man, No Way Home, Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, and
Quantumania.
Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Yep.
Okay,
and
so those three.
Yeah, they had a shot of Scarlet Witch. I think that might have been from
Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Okay, that was Doctor Strange. Okay, but you got to remember. But yeah, she was what?
She was in that one.
She was in that one. Yeah. But yeah, it's I think somebody said in the chat, Baby Duke or Ear says, yeah, this show is great. Yes, it is. It's been fun. And like I said, to see Loki bouncing back, I mean, I think he did like 5 or 6 time slips in the first episode. So.
Right.
And it's like almost like it's like a tick. It's like it just happens. He can't stop it until he was told actually how to fix it, where he had to go in and like detach himself from the main timeline, and it was like he's doing surgery to to a thing that's not really, you would think it could do surgery to.
It's
like time. It's a timeline. You probably go watch Back to the Future too. He could help you with understanding time travel and how the time travel continuum works.
I feel like every movie does time travel different.
Right. Time travel, Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme. There you go. There's more information out there for you. The more information you have on time traveling from any movie background, pull from it. It helps you out. There you go.
I've ever watched. I think it's the one with. I think it's Jet Li.
Yep, I just found that on DVD in my theater.
That's a good one. And something like that where you defeat all of the variants of yourself to become more powerful.
There you go. And that's what he's doing. He's destroying the cutoff. He's cutting himself off from all the variants, so he stops time slipping. Basically.
Dude, I want to see. I've never seen the one. I know of the one. I never watched it.
Yeah, I got it on DVD.
It's good.
I'm in.
On DVD.
Now since I don't have a physical copy, I have to go search for it online and pay money for it. Not physically own it.
True. Or watch Highlander, as Eeyore says. I have that too on DVD. I got the special edition. I got a silver case over it, Highlander edition. It was dope. I had to buy it. It was things I used to do in Green Bay because it was Green Bay, right? Because there's not much to do in Green Bay, but to go to Best Buy every Tuesday on my off day and buy as many DVDs as possible during my playing career. So this is how I entertained myself in Green Bay, Wisconsin, because I was coming from Seattle. I grew up in Los Angeles, and I'm like, there is absolutely zero to do in Green Bay. Movie theater and the grocery store and Best Buy. Once I found Best Buy, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm
surprised. I'm surprised you didn't gain more weight.
No, I was playing football, bro. I wasn't going to happen.
You just said there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
Play football, practice football, eat food, watch movies.
And work out and run around for 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours, and lift weights for an hour.
That actually sounds like a pretty fun time, Ahman. I'm not going to lie.
Going to Best Buy every Tuesday
playing video games
was the bee's knees during my career in Green Bay. I couldn't wait for the new releases. And that's why this segment, or we have a segment called Game Releases, because I would go straight to the game release, the new movie and the new video game section to find the new releases, and I would just pretty much pick up every movie. Well, all right, give me that.
My man kept Best Buy in business during his time in Green Bay.
Oh my God, I think I carried Best Buy in Green Bay.
He'd walk in and they'd already have.
As a matter of fact, not just me, the whole Packer roster. Because guys, we be in there together. I walk in, I see Mike Wall, I see Mark, I see Aaron, I see Wesley Walls. I'm like, what's your? Oh yeah, you heard about that new movie out, James Bond? Oh yeah, let's pick it up right here. Boom, to give it to you. Like we knew more than the clerks. Like we didn't even talk to we'll talk to the clerks, just like have a conversation with them. We weren't asking them for where the movies are because we knew where the movies were.
How often did you all in Green Bay go to like Blockbuster, or did you just
every day? I say for me, before it closed, Blockbuster, I was there once a week. I was at Best Buy once a week.
Rip Blockbuster.
Every day.
I
made friends with the employees at Best Buy. That's how many times. That's how much they knew me by name. They thought I worked there. And it's like, wait a minute, don't you? I'm confused. Don't you?
Did you ever watch Parks and Recreation?
Yeah.
Every now and then. Yeah.
So you remember when Ron Swanson goes into the hardware store and one of the people comes up to him and just goes, "I know more than you, son." That was your
I could say that. I could sell cell phones in here. I could sell the movies. I could sell all the video games. I could sell all the video games up in this section right here. I say, you don't want that. You want that. Don't buy that. Just rent it.
Yeah.
I will help people out.
He said, "Trust me, you don't want that one. I've played it. I beat it. You don't want that one."
Omni Prime Blockbuster was a weekly trip during the summer back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Yes, indeed. I was a Blockbuster employee in college. I still got my card laying around this joint.
Ooh, that's cool.
And I was so geeked up when Best Buy, before we get out of here, because that's the end of the show, because we're tail spilling kind of like in the TVA right now. When they said to me as an employee, 1, all your rentals are free, I was like, thank you. And then 2, we are now stocking video games. I was like, oh, game over. You got me for life. What do I sign the contract that I could work here as an employee forever? I got movies, and now I got video games I could bring home every Saturday, Friday to Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, dude.
Sign me up.
That was a weekend trip every week for me and my grandpa. He'd rent 2 movies. I'd get a video game that week. He'd watch his movies. I'd play my video game. Next week, new one.
Yeah.
People don't. It's too bad that only a certain number of years that existed in life, and it's never going to exist again. And there'll be no more. The kids these days, they don't
have a clue.
Like
they don't understand the quality, or I say not the quality, the quality time of you going to pick out a movie at the video rental store. And everybody picking a movie, like everybody, like mom, dad. You know, I would have friends over to spend the night. I could get a movie. My friends could get one movie apiece. And we all try to watch them between Friday and Sunday, and then you got to bring them back on time. You know, make sure you don't get hit with the late fees.
The quality time I'm on, and you know what? There wasn't no algorithm telling you to watch this. You were your algorithm. You
like
got
on
to
Prime, right? Like on Prime and Netflix, where if you go into the app, it shows you movies that you should be watching, like movies things Ahman might like. I'm like,
just tell me what I like.
I'm looking through the movie. I'm like, I wouldn't like this movie. Netflix. I don't like this movie. Prime Video. Like y'all need to talk to me.
I push on your app, but you don't know me.
I like Prime. Come talk to me. Come talk to me.
Just because I watched this dumb movie doesn't mean I'd like dumb movies that are just like it. How dare you?
Just because I forgot to press pause because I got busy and I watched an hour of one movie doesn't mean I like that genre.
I want that exactly. Come talk to me personally, Netflix. Come to my door or fly me out to wherever you're existing.
I will fight you.
Do you know that they're making a Netflix store?
So Blockbuster.
A real life store? Really?
Yeah.
Blockbuster. So do you guys remember that Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix back when Netflix was the delivery? Yeah. And Blockbuster's like, no, we don't want to do that. And then a couple years later, Netflix becomes huge, and Blockbuster's like, well, this sucks.
ER here said, I got a free year of Xbox Live when GTA 4 came out due to they left all the code in the rental games. Oh, that nice little come up right there. Nice little come up, ER. There you go.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
All right.
Launching the last stores, by the way, everyone.
What's that? You said Prime Store?
No, I'm saying, by the way, everyone, Netflix is launching a like stores that you can go in and like buy merch and like
really
cool things.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised.
I'm kind of
Netflix merch. You're ridiculous.
And the last Blockbuster, is it closed? There's a
thing on Netflix. It's in Oregon. Yeah,
it was in Oregon. I watched the movie of it. It's pretty, or the documentary of it. It's pretty.
And
good.
It's like you can't. I don't think you can rent movies, but it's like a museum for Blockbuster, and I want to go.
JFK says, last thing I remember Blockbuster was renting out PS2. They closed on me and my brother and got a free PS2 LOL or PS3. One of those. He got one of them.
You got a free?
Nice. It's always nice to get a nice.
So free is good. They had it, then it closed, and you couldn't return it. Is that what he means?
I think that's probably what. Yeah, he said they closed down, and so me and my brother got a free PlayStation 2 or 3 because they closed.
I got a couple free games because I like rented and like I rented like 2 or 3 of them because I really wanted them, and I was like, oh yeah, and I'll return them, and then they closed.
All right, Omni Prime.
He's out. Bye, Omni.
Yep. But yeah, that happens. When companies shut down, then you kind of become a little lottery winner. Like, oh, I didn't know I was going to win this. So
like they're just like, well, we need to get rid of all of this, so come get it.
There you go. Hey, I'd love to be a fan of about $1 billion. Can you do that, bank? Help me out with that.
Yeah, can this bank close down so I can get all of its money?
Well, the way things going in the AI and machine world, I want to go back to the barter system. I mentioned this to several people in my work area at the College of Journal and Mass Communication. A lot of people agree with me, the barter system. So if you got a skill, you have a skill. We all have skills. And you say, hey, John, or you like, hey, Ahman, teach my daughter how to play soccer. And then I'll be like, yeah, well, you do this for me. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
No, even exchange. Boom.
I will make you a quilt if you give me food.
There you go. I'm gonna cook up. I'll give you recipes and cook it out, teach you how to cook it. Boom.
Props up.
Barter system back.
Gotta make a quilt.
Hopefully, it won't be Mad Max barter system.
I
Like
quit.
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome with Tina Turner. And,
Well, Ahman,
Thunder-
when the
Grandmaster.
cyber attacks happen and it shuts down the United States, we're going
Barter
to have to use the barter system in order to obtain goods. And
well, yeah, you better become a good negotiator. So there you go. All right, I think that's a good way to end the conversation here on the show. We covered all the aspects of Quick Hit News Bites. What's on social media? Best thing I saw on social media, game releases, and recapping Loki season 2. And we got episode 2 next week that we're going to talk about. Spoiler alert, so y'all know. So when y'all come in, y'all not all mad at us because we already warned you. And you can go back and VOD this. So this is on every show I mentioned. Spoiler alert. So you know when we watch this, and we have more games and fun stuff, and then general conversation like today's show ended today. Just hey, never know. Be ready for what's going to go down on the Gamers Lounge, y'all. So real quick, John, let everybody know where you could be found on social media.
At John ARIAS Radio on X, also John Cast Podcast, X and Instagram.
All right, Rico the Rookie, let them know where you're going to be.
Follow me on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at Radio Rico AC. Follow me on Instagram, Enrique Alvarez Clary, and you can listen to me on the radio. We got 2 hours today of our radio show, 93.7 The Ticket. You can download the app. You can go to theticketfm.com, listen to it on there, or Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all those streaming platforms also on there. So, yeah.
Bam. And you can find me. I'm going to be also tonight on 6 p.m. on the Ticket 93.7 and out of Lincoln, but I'm out of Houston, actually. And then we're on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, Ahman Green 30, all one word. YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram Live. That's where we're at right now, too. Instagram Live, X, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of us right now. Just all of our faces just there. But subscribe, follow, retweet. And John, we're talking about it before the show. Well, what we need people to redo now because of the little hiccup we had for about 4 months there where we weren't able to be found in the podcast space. So what do our consumers, what do our chat need to do to get the re-notification of the show coming online?
Yeah, so if you do want to know when the new episode drops or just want to re-listen to an episode if you're here live, don't forget you have to do whatever you need to do, whether on Apple, Spotify, or resubscribe, follow the show, because we've kind of, I don't know how to explain it. You just need to do it again. That's the point.
Yeah, just reset and share it. Hit the notification tab next to where it says Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. Hit that plus symbol to follow, subscribe,
do it
share.
right now.
Do it right now.
20 seconds. Go do it.
I went to Apple. Where'd my phone go?
Get mad at everybody.
I went to
Do
Apple.
it. Take your phone. Take your phone and do it.
It takes 20 seconds.
What are you doing
right now?
See
Open
that check up in the middle right there. I clicked that. Oops,
That's the one.
That's
you go to your pod wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you get them.
Right there.
You go to it right now. You follow, like, subscribe, whatever you have to do, so that when this releases,
click that thing right there. Click it
right there. So when it releases, you get the update, and it's like, bing, and you're just like, oh, I should listen to this. There you go. Go for a jog.
Yep. Turn on
whatever you need to
turn
do.
on the automatic downloads up there. See that says right there. Turn off. I'm gonna turn that on.
Yeah.
Rate us. Give us a rating because all those ratings are now gone.
Yes.
Mhm.
We need all that
5 stars, 5 thumbs up, 10 stars. I don't know how many stars or thumbs up, but do the most.
It's 5 on. It's 5 on Apple Podcast.
5, 10, 15, 20. I don't know. Do it.
Big B, what's up, Big B? He said on my lunch break, just came to say hello. Hey, hello, Big B.
Hello.
Follow on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Pandora, on all wherever places you download your podcasts. Please do that. All right, everyone, and we'll be back
I'm
here.
going to say, please, just do it.
Be back here next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Stay out of trouble. Be safe. We didn't even talk about NFL and bowl games and stuff, but we could talk about that next week.
Yeah.
We'll have a national title winner. We'll see who that is.
Hopefully.
Either Washington or
It's not a
Michigan.
Big Ten team.
Big Ten or
No,
Pac-12?
not a Big Ten team. We don't want a Big Ten team. We want a future Big Ten team to win.
Future Big Ten team. Excuse me. All right, here we go. We are out of here. Let's go here. We're ending on the show, breaking it down. We're gonna start here first. Oh no, let's start with the music first. Let's go with the music. We got dance pop going on. Y'all hear that?
The camera's not following Rico.
There we go. And then we have the banner up saying stream ended. Stream ending.